want to go over a couple of key things. Here we go. Our motion detector lab is going to be due on Monday. No school Monday, sleep in, but it's due by midnight, okay? So you have quite some time to turn this in, all righty? We logged into the computer, and you logged in as physics, and your password was Einstein. Before you leave, make sure you log off. Then you went, just like how it says right here, go to the screen on desktop on your computer and open the Logger Pro program. It's going to be a little like manila folder. Now, if you have your detector, please make sure your detector is actually going to be touching, or it's going to be on the person or the walker. So please make sure. The next thing, this is plugged into this gray box, and that box is plugged into your computer, correct? And when you open it, go ahead on your computer. There's a green button that says run. I want somebody to hit this green button, and somebody else, where this detector is, put your hand in front of it. Practice. Take a glance. What happens to your graph? Hit the green button on your computer screen and put your hand in front of that green detector. Do you see it moving? Now look at your screen on your computer. There are two parts. There's the top part of your computer screen, which is the DT, and the bottom part of the computer screen is VT. Do you see that on your computer screen? The top is DT, the bottom is VT. That's super important. Okay, now, in a minute, out of your group, decide who is going to be the walker, and you're going to write their name. The walker will always be your walker for today. The computer person will be the computer person, okay? The next thing, please make sure you open up your email, so that way you can screenshot a picture to everybody in the group. You need to email it to everybody. So please make sure that you have your email open. Okay, the next thing, over here in this section, they're asking, hey, what's going on line A? They want you to write down, this is a DT graph. What is going on line A, on this DT line? What is going on line B? Write it down. What's happening on line C? Write it down. And what's happening on line D? Write it down. Now I'm going to pause for a moment, and I'm going to come over here. Let's pretend that this is my motion detector. Here it is on the table. What you're about to do is you're about to recreate this DT graph, okay? But wait a minute, before you recreate it, you need to know what's going on with those lines. So let's take a glance right here. Line A. Look at this object. This person started away from the origin, making sure that we all understand that the x-axis is the origin. So what happened was that you are going to, in a moment, start away from the origin. The origin is your green motion detector. So you're going to start away from it. You're going to walk at a steady pace towards the green origin. When you get to that green detector, which is the origin, you're going to, on line B, walk away from it. And then on line C, what am I going to do? Rest. And then on line D, look at that. I'm going to walk back towards my detector. But wait, look, I did not go all the way back to it. Okay? So go ahead. You're going to fill in the blanks of what is going on here. I just told you what was going on. You're walking towards the origin at a constant speed. You're walking away from the origin at a constant speed. Rest. Walking towards the origin at a constant speed, but you only go halfway. Next part, before you finish here, it says that you need to take a screenshot For those of us who are the computer people, let me help you out. This little button right here is called a snipping tool. If you don't have it up on your computer screen, do you see right down here where it says search? Type in snip on your computer. Snip. This is going to pop up. The snip. This is how you're going to screenshot it. You're going to hit this little button and hit plus. You're going to come over here and you're going to snip it. Now, remember, you have your email up. You can copy it right here, and now you can email it to the whole group. Does that make sense? Because you need it. If you do not attach a screenshot, you're going to lose points. But wait a minute. Part 4. Part 4 says that you're going to recreate the same graph above. You're going to recreate this graph above. But wait, you're going to do it, quote unquote, running. Not necessarily running. You're going to go faster. So we talked about this yesterday. If you're faster, the line or the slope should be steeper. So this graph, you are going to lose points if this graph and this graph look exactly the same. They should look exactly the same, except this one should be, say the word again. This one should be, since you went faster, it should be steeper. And so that's how you will not lose points. But take a look. Make sure you take a screenshot and you're going to attach it. It says that you can print it out. Psh, nobody needs to print nothing. You're going to email it to each other, and all you have to do now is attach the image to D2L. You don't even need to print it out, which is super good. Less paper wasted. Now, I'm going to turn the page, and this is where I'm going to zoom out so you can see it a little better. Part 2 and Part 3, you're going to do it at the same time. Let me show you how. I need you to start at about a half a meter away from the detector. Walk away from the origin, but do it slowly and steadily. You're going to do this one time because both of these graphs right here are the same thing. This is a DT graph and this is a VT graph. So you're going to do the same thing. But remember, look at your computer screen. Your screen has the DT graph at the top, and the bottom part is the VT graph, which is super awesome. That way you can knock it out really fast. Okay? You're going to read the directions and do that one. You're going to draw it, and draw it. But wait a minute. No need to take screenshots here. You only need 2 screenshots, which is here and here. I want to help you on one more thing because this is where I'm going to take points off. On VT, when you do this, look at your VT that you have up right now, because remember you played with it. Is there a red line that looks like it's on the x-axis? It's not on the x-axis. If you're able to zoom in, you can see that it's either above or below. It's just really hard to zoom in. But if you zoomed in, you can see that if you were moving towards the origin, it would be in one specific location or below. But if you draw a line on the x-axis, I'm going to take off points because that is not correct. It's either going to be slightly above if you zoomed in, or maybe even higher above, but it's not on the X, okay? I just want to make sure I'm clear. Then you have 2 pages of homework questions to do, okay? If you and your partners want to do it together or email each other back and forth, y'all are more than welcome to. But either way, at the end, you should have a total of 7 pages that you submit on D2L, okay? 7 pages. There's 5 pages of the lab, and then you have 2 images that you're going to submit. That's it.